Greetings, this is Wanda. This is Diaspora Connect in Tanzania. You're very welcome to the channel. Decided to do a video today, and I want to talk about, uh, well, the title of this video is We Are Not Our Ancestors. The title of this video is We Are Not Our Ancestors. So, I'm piggybacking off of the video that I did yesterday about that I posted yesterday, saying that us as foreigners, when we leave America as Black Americans and we go to countries outside of America, that it's best for us not to discuss politics. When I say politics, meaning politics of us, that specific country that we are living in. You do understand that that would not be wise, because you could create unwanted and unnecessary problems for yourself, especially if you're trying to, repatriate, if you're trying to resettle, if you have a business, if you're getting a residency permit, whatever you're doing in said country outside of where you were born, and you have the country that you have the passport in. You don't want problems in the country that you are trying to resettle in. So it's best not to discuss publicly political talk about that country's politics, right? So that's why I did the video yesterday. I wanted to also add that we as Black Americans know how America is in terms of being intrusive in other people's business, always in other people's politics, in other people's elections, in other people's stuff. America is notorious for interfering in other people's business. Don't be like America. I know you was born there. I know you was born and raised there, but you don't have to. You don't have to have the same characteristics and carry that with you to other countries, because it's not a good trait to be in other people's business and other people's politics. That's their stuff, their business. Yeah, don't be like America and interfering in other people's business. And America is notorious for interfering in Africa's stuff they got going on. All in Africa's business, all in other countries' business. Don't be like her. That's another reason why the biblical scripture says, come out of her, my people. Is not only coming out physically, but it's coming out of the systems, coming out of the mindsets. You don't want to be like some type of mini colonizer. You don't want to be like some nosy Karen coming in other people's country, being in their business. Don't do that. Set up a community of people where you're from, where you can have lunch, you can have dinner, you can have breakfast, and step away from this whole online platform, and you can talk to each other personally, in person, not on the phone, not on the computer. You have to know this. Black Americans specifically is who I'm talking to, because we are one of the only ones that are used to having a level of freedom of speech, and that we just say whatever, whenever, wherever. You cannot do that when you leave your home country and then you go to other countries to either visit, to resettle, to do business, etc. You have to mind your manners. You have to watch your mouth. You have to watch what you say. So that's why I did the video, is to bring awareness to those who, the ones in America, yeah, you stay there, you do what you do. But that video was for those who want to leave America, like me. I will never live in America again. I left. And so, that being the case, I need to understand how I should conduct myself as a foreigner in other people's countries. So, that was what that video was for. But this video is, I was thinking about this, that, we say that a lot in America, we're not our ancestors. So it's, when we say that, it means that the things that our ancestors tolerated, put up with, and dealt with, we won't be doing that. We won't be putting up and tolerating and dealing with the same stuff. We will rage on you before we do it. So this sentiment is, this sentiment can apply. This sentiment can apply to all Afro descendants. At this point, Afro descendants are getting tired. They're getting tired of being controlled, mistreated, etc. So the things that our ancestors or our forefathers would tolerate, we won't. We don't have patience for that, and we're not tolerating some stuff. Even in America specifically, like they're trying to roll back all of our civil rights. Well, they completely froze the Civil Rights Division. They rolled back all the civil rights that we had. Segregation is back in the place, and the rights and all the things that our ancestors fought for, they rolled back. So even in America, the Americans just don't see it right now, but they don't have freedom of speech either. They don't have freedom to just be able to do and say whatever they want to do like they used to. They don't know it yet because they just haven't. America is good to hide their they throw the rock and hide the hand. America is very good at that. They claim it's a democracy when it's not. It's never been a democracy. So, yeah, because a hidden hand runs America in a lot of different countries, but a hidden hand runs America. So the presidents that you see are just puppets. There is a hidden hand that runs America that's not Trump, okay? So, or any president that has been president over the United States. Yeah, it's a whole hidden hand, a whole nother group that runs America. And actually, the seed of the beast comes from America. So the beast system, that is the digital AI technology, all that stuff that's going to be dispersed throughout the world, it comes from America, from the seat of the beast, which is the White House. That's where the seat of the beast is. And then it dispersed throughout the world, all the digital ID and all that controlling people and making people slaves again, basically. So the seat is in America, it's in the White House. So, but it dispersed throughout the world, throughout the earth, to the different countries or whatever. So you see that coming to your country, you know where it's coming from, America. So don't be like America, black Americans. Don't be coming to these different countries putting your 2 cents in what they got going on. Mind your own black business. Like I always say, let's mind our own black business, because it is the safe route. It is the peaceful route. You don't want any issues when you're not inside of your country that you were born in. And you really don't even have rights in your own country. But yeah, you don't want any problems. So that's why I did the video about minding your own black business. And if you're a foreigner in whatever country you decide to go to, stay out of their politics. Let them do their thing and handle their own stuff. You just stay safe. You stay low key. If you see any civil war, civil unrest, organized chaos, whatever you want to call it, you stay low. You lay low and you mind your own black business. Stay out of it. Stay out of crowds. Like the embassy said. The embassy put out a warning for U.S. Citizens and said, shelter in place, stay out of crowds, be low key, blend in. Like they are telling you for things for your safety, which is what I've been speaking to you and telling you on this channel for years. I've been doing videos about this, and I think when everything was peaceful and everything was calm with everybody, nobody really listened. But a lot of times when people do videos and they share things, especially when they've been living in a land outside of their homeland for 5 years or more, like me, I have a lot to share, which is what I was telling you. And I don't share everything online, which is why I do consultations, so I can share the pertinent information that Afro descendants outside of Africa may need, especially Black Americans. They may need this different pointers and tips and things to do what you should do, what you shouldn't do. There are do's and don'ts when you decide that you want to relocate to a specific country that is different from America. America is not the way things are done in America is not universal. Like everybody don't do things that same way. Different countries have different cultures and the way they do things. So you as a foreigner coming into that country, you have to adjust to the way things are done. You have to learn it first and then adjust to it. Some people don't want to make the adjustment. They don't have something in them to want to adjust, so they leave, or they just they just don't like it. So you just find a country where you feel comfortable, especially if you want to leave America. Find a country where you fit in, where you feel comfortable, where you can adjust to the way governments work. Most of the countries are patriarchal societies, most of them. And so if you are a feminist, you ain't gonna like none of the countries. Most of them don't have freedom of speech, so you can't just say anything. Not that you are not free to be yourself, but you keep it in perspective. You talk privately with people, you talk one-on-one with people, you talk offline with people, you have private conversations, you have private group meetings and gatherings, so you can still share your ideas and your plans or whatever, but not publicly, is what I'm saying. So you can still be free, but just keep it in perspective in what you say online. Keep in mind that the whole world is watching you online, the whole world, family. So you have to keep that in mind before you just open your mouth and start talking and saying all kind of crazy stuff, because it could jeopardize things that you're trying to do in terms of business, in terms of trying to get staying long term in specific countries, in terms of investing, all kind of stuff. It could your things you say could jeopardize that. So you don't want that, especially as a foreigner living outside of America. Now in America, it's a different world. You say whatever. But outside, you have to have self-control, and you have to manage what you say. And for me, it's a little easy for me because I was raised that way. I'm a 70s baby, so I was raised with strict rules when it comes to saying certain things in public, doing certain things in public around certain people. Like, I was raised kind of with that strict upbringing. So rules, regulations, all that, I don't have a problem with that because I was raised with rules. Some people were not raised with rules, especially the younger generation. I would say 30 and younger. A lot of them, they weren't raised with certain rules and boundaries and whatever, and they can just do and say whatever they want. I wasn't raised like that. I always had rules that I had to follow in terms of dress code, in terms of what I say, how I act, what I look like, everything. Even, when I worked certain jobs, certain conducts that we have to have in certain positions or certain jobs. So it's always been, for me, a life of rules, a life of boundaries and guidelines that you have to follow in life. I've always had that. So me leaving America and coming to a land that's outside of America to live or to resettle or to do business, and understanding their culture, the rules, the laws, or whatever, it's not a problem for me. Like, I don't feel no kind of way. I don't feel like I'm losing anything. I don't feel like I'm losing myself or whatever, because I've always lived by rules, guidelines, and stuff like that. So, but for people who are not used to that, it will be a little bit more difficult for you to try to live outside of America, because you're not used to being told what to do, being told don't say this, dress like this, act like this. This is not this is not acceptable. That. Some people are not used to that. I'm used to that, so that's why it does not bother me to follow rules in specific countries that you want to relocate, repatriate to. So a lot of us need to hear this. There's nobody really talking about this. You get these conversations from people who've been in a country for a while, and they see the dynamic and they see how different things are, and they try to advise you. So if you want to succeed in that country, you want to do business, you want to, repatriate, relocate, resettle, whatever you want to do, you will know how things work in that country. You can't bring your American U.S. sentiment, you know, thinking and all that to apply in countries outside of America when they don't do things like that. So, and then you can look at it like it's, you know, not as good. Some stuff could be improved, but some systems I like better here than I like in America. Like, for example, their money mobile system. I love their money mobile system on the continent. It's a lot more efficient when you're paying stuff. I love that. And it's crazy because America is supposed to be a first world country, and other countries outside, like the continent or certain other countries, they call them third world or developing. I call them developing, but that money mobile system is top notch. You can pay everything from your phone, everything. You can transfer money from your bank to your phone, from your phone to your bank. You can pay everything over the phone. See, in America, you have all these payment methods. You got Visa, MasterCard, American Express, cash. What is the other ones? Cash, check. Like, it's just too many methods. But here, one method, the phone. So, and they do use cards here too, credit cards, but everything is over the phone. It's very convenient, and you can pay for everything from rents to houses to cars to taxes, everything over the phone. I love that, and to me, that's high tech. So, I was going to name this. We are not our ancestors, but I'm veering off into another direction. I guess giving advice for those who are newly relocating, repatriating, or leaving America, going to any country. This information can apply to anyone leaving America and going to other countries. So yeah, you have to be mindful of the climate and the culture in that country, the political structure, situation, whatever. I'm learning now that during election times in any country, it's probably best to, if you can't leave, to lay low, or leave at least until after the election is over. But you know, you live and you learn. So some people may not be able to leave, so they may have to just stay but lay low. When I say lay low, meaning you can still you know, live your life and do your normal stuff, but just stay inside and just, you know, maybe let someone else, pay someone to go to the store for you, give them like a list, and, you know, have them pick some things up for you so you don't have to be out, and preferably a local person who lives here, because they know the more of the lay of the land and how, you know, the climate and all that. So you as a foreigner don't know all that yet. Even me, and I've been in Tanzania for 5 years, I still don't know a lot of the nuances and different stuff. So I still have to have a local to do things for me, to advise. They usually advise us and tell us, you know, you don't want to go out during this time, you want to wait to this time. Even with all the election and all that stuff, see, we don't really know anything, so we have to have the locals telling us, you know, stay here, you know, don't go out, it's a curfew, it's a this, it's a that. Like, they have to tell us. So this is what I'm saying, that we shouldn't be involved in none of that. We just need to lay low, make sure we got food and water, and just lay low and mind our own black business. So yeah, I just wanted to do this quick video and kind of talk to you a little bit. I thought of some things to add to actually the foreigners staying out of politics in whatever country that you go into. This is just advice for those who are newly leaving America and they don't really know. Pay attention to the climate of the country, what the people are saying, and so you can make sure that you are in a position where you're safe. You're not out and about in the midst of stuff going on and you have no idea, especially if you don't speak that language in that country also. These things apply to you even if you do speak the language, but if you don't speak the language in that country, that's even more of a reason for you to get advice, lay low, and listen and follow the advice. And especially if you don't look like the people in that country and you don't blend in, then you will really stand out. And then you will be trying to run to the airport like the Mzungus did during election. When elections happened, the Mzungus were racing to the airport, and for a while the airport was closed. It's open back, but it was closed, and they were like sleeping in the airport. So it's best for you to try to be in a country where you at least can blend in. At least it's melanated, so you have a chance to not be standing out in any kind of upheavals or if anything is going on. So I just want to do this video real quick and have you lay eyes on me. All is well. I'm in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and I'm minding my own black business, chilling, relaxing, and it's all is well for me. I'm praying for all of our people in America. I'm praying for all the Tanzanians. I'm praying for the Jamaicans. I lift up prayer for the people in Sudan, for people in Nigeria, wherever there's people have stuff going on. May the Most High protect you, and work it out. I'm like, Father, help. That's the only thing. Sometimes that's all I can say, because sometimes we don't always know what all's going on and why all the time, right? We don't always know these things, but our Father knows them. Our Maker, our Creator, He knows them. He's in control of everything. So sometimes when you see upheavals and things going on, sometimes all you can say is, Father, help. I'm like, Father, help, please. Sometimes that's all I can say, because I don't exactly know what's going on here. I just like peace, right? I like peace. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. You are very welcome. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. If you know anyone that is interested in the content that they find value, interested in things I'm talking about, if they want to know how my life is living out of America for 5 years and living in Africa, Tanzania, they can, I do consultations as well. You can email me if you're interested, diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. Now, the consultations right now are changing. I'm not consulting I can share information, but I'm not encouraging, I would say. I'm not encouraging relocation, and I'm not encouraging doing business right now, because we have to wait until everything gets settled, right? So if you want to visit, I think it's still a great, a country to visit. Zanzibar would probably be the best area to visit right now. Zanzibar. There are other places outside of Dar. Visit other places outside of Dar right now. Other places outside of Dar, Arusha, and Baya. Yeah, you want to make sure that you do research where you want to go. But I say Zanzibar right now. I think Zanzibar is pretty calm right now. So go and visit Zanzibar if you want to visit Tanzania. Zanzibar is beautiful, islands and water, and it has that Hawaii vibe, but it's a lot nicer to me than Hawaii. I've been to Hawaii, and I don't know if I'm partial because it's African people, but Zanzibar is beautiful. Visit Zanzibar. And so, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'll do another video or a live in the next couple of days. I don't know, maybe I'll do a live this evening, and so I can chit chat with people. So yeah, I haven't done a live. Maybe I'll do a live. So I'll probably do a live later. I like to do lives when most of my audience is available, and it's usually in the evening time. My time is in the evening time. It's during the day, because I'm an 9-hour difference from America overall. So I like to come on lives when some of them are available. So yeah, but anyway, I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much. Don't forget to make sure you're still subscribed, because many of my subscribers are being unsubscribed. What's going on? Y'all know what's going on. Anyway, I have merchandise down below. Check out my merch. I have cups, I have t-shirts, I have bags. Check out my merch. I also have a private membership community. I share exclusive content on my membership, in my membership community. Yeah, it's exclusive. So things that I would never, or I ain't gonna say never, things that I wouldn't say publicly, I will say in my membership, private membership, exclusive community. Yeah. And I know a lot of stuff, family. I have not been living in Tanzania for 5 years and haven't learned stuff. Yeah, I don't share a lot of things online publicly, but I'm learning to be more private in what I share, and the things that I share a lot on my consultations as well for people who are interested in resettling, doing business, and visiting. I share a lot more personal because they need to know this stuff because they're coming here. Same thing with this experience that I have experienced through the being here during elections, having to be here without the internet for 7 days and offline and stuff like that. These are experiences that we can share personally with people who are coming, so they'll be aware and they need to know how to move. We don't have to always wait on the embassy to tell us how to act and what to do. We already knew before the embassy put the U.S. embassy put the message out, or put the alert out for U.S. citizens. We already knew what to do, so it's always good to be connected with people who've been in that country, connect with good locals, because they can also tell you the climate outside of your community where you are. Even though a lot of us live, do business, work with, around, married to locals, but it's still their community, and we don't speak the language, so they keep us abreast and informed and safe and all that stuff. They make sure we're safe. So many was calling, checking on us. Are you guys okay? So that's a blessing. We always have good locals that look out for us, tell us don't go here, don't do this. Like they help us out a lot. So yeah. So thank you so much. And what else? Oh, I have a Facebook group. If you're on Facebook and you're interested in grouping with like-minded people, you can email me at diasporaconnect0@gmail.com, diasporaconnect0@gmail.com. I do screen and I do remove people. So if I see any questionable speech, I need to see pictures. I need to see what you look like. I need to look at your profile. See, yeah, I do screen, because these communities, this Facebook community is a private community where if we're like-minded people. It's mainly people from America, but then you have some people from Africa as well. Because a lot of us, when we leave America and we come to Africa, a lot of us go back and forth. And if we don't go back and forth and we stay here, we still have family members, we still have bank accounts, we still have a lot of stuff in America. So that group is for people in Africa, African Americans in Africa and in America, whether they live there in America or they come back and forth, or they relocated to Africa and they reside here. It's for both, so we can keep our people in Africa and America connected. So that's what the idea is. And the private community here on YouTube is going to be used for that same purpose, but it also is going to be used for emergencies that may come up, like what happened with the internet cuts and stuff like that. We can keep people abreast of, I'm fine, I'm okay, lay low, don't go out, just different PSAs and other things. So on the exclusive private community, we can discuss, I want to discuss like maybe projects that we're doing, conversations that we need to know, that we need to have as expats, repats, diaspora, or this is open to those in America as well as those in Africa. So yeah, but I'm using the exclusive private community for exclusive private content and exclusive private conversations. So people are paying. So that's what the membership community is going to be used for. So thank you so much for taking the time. I guess I'll end the video now. I'll do a video in the next couple of days, or a live, or whatever. We'll see. I don't know. I'm so very spontaneous. I don't like to plan lives because I may not be up to it. I might say, yeah, I'm going to do a live tonight at this time, and then I might get sleepy. I might want to go to bed early, or I might have to cook or something. So, yeah. So I just do it spontaneously based on if I'm awake. If everything is done at home, I might have to clean, something might come up, or I might have to, anything. So that's why I like to be spontaneous when it comes to doing live. So anyway, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video or the next live. Shalom, salam, a peace. See you in the next one. Bye.